Okay, this is window. Window. Window is coming. Yes, at the moment I'm in jungle. This is a forest. So I will change the place then. Yes. So now I'm in the University of Cambridge, UK. Right, I think we can start. Okay, take your books, take your pencils, take your eraser, and take your color pencils, whatever you have in front of you, and make the space. And now we are going to start Unit 2. Unit 2 is the biggest section of our biology course, and Unit 2 is about the human body. So you will learn everything about human body in Unit 2. So first system, we're going to learn gas exchange system, breathing and gas exchange system. So breathing and gas exchange system, we are going to take oxygen into our body. And I think you know what's the role of oxygen in our body. So oxygen is very important to our body. Without oxygen, we can't live a few minutes. So maximum 4-5 minutes, maximum 4 minutes maybe, we can live without oxygen. Right now, tell me what is the role of oxygen in our body? What is the function of oxygen in our body? Can anyone tell me what is the function of oxygen in the body? If your mics are not working, you can send through the chat. What is the role of...
Being essential in human living organisms?
Yes, it is important. Function?
Helps with bodily functions.
Okay, so I think we'll... If you
Source of
have a
energy.
cameras, you can turn on your cameras. If you have a cameras, you can turn on. And what is the function of oxygen in the body? Shrihan, Arish. Okay, come on, tell me what is the function of oxygen in our body? What is the role of oxygen in our body?
Helps with reactions in the body. Does that count?
Reaction?
I don't know. Chemical reactions, energy
Can you
storage.
name the chemical reaction? Name of the chemical reaction?
No, I don't have single.
Help us survive, it is important. Ay, 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 ay. So can you remember this chemical reaction? C6, H12, O6. Right. This chemical is called glucose. C6, H12, O6. This chemical provide us the energy. Just give me 1 second. Hello. Oh. Oh. Right, right. All right, right. Right, right, right. Okay. Okay, good. So I just wait a second. Right now, think about what is going to happen to this glucose in our body. Now I give a hint. The glucose in our body chemically useful for a purpose. So what is the purpose of glucose in our body?
Aerobic respiration.
That's a word I expecting. Yes, the oxygen. So oxygen is important for aerobic respiration, then carbon dioxide and water and energy produce. Energy. So now you can see here role of oxygen. The role of oxygen is function of oxygen in our body, aerobic respiration. So don't forget next time, this is a very important thing. Function of oxygen in our body is aerobic respiration. So reaction of aerobic respiration is this. Aerobic respiration. Oxygen is important for aerobic respiration. Okay, so at least write it down on the top of your page. Function of oxygen is important for aerobic respiration.
So you want to write it?
Yeah, because many of them, they didn't know the function of oxygen and you couldn't answer. So you write here, function of oxygen is aerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration produce energy. Aerobic respiration produce energy.
It's the page.
So I see some. Right now, we will going to see the structure so we're going to see now the structure of the gas exchange system. So I'm going to start with the nose, right? So here, this is the nose. As we all know, there is a hole in the nose like this, and this hole continue make a passage like this. And then it slightly rotate like a curve like this, and then it's continuing and then there is a mouth here, and we also know there is a passage from the mouth. It's also going like this, and it connected to the nose passage to make a common passage like this. So you can also draw the same thing, same size in the page, because we have to draw everything in one page. And here, the proportion of the page. So
Sir,
now,
should we draw it in the mirror?
yes, now you draw this one. Don't draw it too big, because we have to draw rest of the thing inside in this space. So I'm going to give an idea, the size of the nose and the mouth cavity. You can draw like this size on your page. So I'm going to zoom it again. Yes. Here. So nose and the mouth. So we name them. Right. We give a name. This is called nose. We give another name for this, nasal cavity. That's a passage of the nose. We call nasal cavity. Right, draw it in a pencil. And mouth. We can also give a name. Again, we have another name for mouth, oral. Oral is mouth cavity. Nasal cavity and oral cavity. Those are the two passage we can use to take air. That means if you close your nose like this, still you can breathe because you can take air from your mouth. So you can close the entrance of the nose, and then you can take air through your mouth. So we can take air from the mouth and we can take air from the nose. So which one is good? Is it good taking
Air
air
from
from
the
the mouth?
nose.
Nose. Why it is good?
There are filters that you can filter out the
Oh,
particles.
very good, very good. So there is a hair and some filters, and also the air is get warm up and air is get also the filtered from the nose. Yes. So better naturally we breathe from the nose, because it's when the air comes, the air is filtered from the nose and the fresh air is taking into the body. But in case of some life-saving event, so we can't use our nose, then that case we can use our mouth. Otherwise, normally we breathe using our nose. Nasal cavity, oral cavity. Then you can see the both have the common passage. So this common passage is called pharynx. Pharynx is the common passage of nose and mouth. So then we write it here. Common passage of both nose and mouth. Okay, now let's continue. Now we are coming to the neck region. So when we are coming to very close to our neck region, starting point of the neck region, then this common passage start to divide. So I will a little bit increase zoom it. Now this is the starting of neck. So you can see now what's going to happen. This passage is going to divide. Yes. Right now, when it start to divide, this the region which is in the neck is called larynx, also called voice box. And the two tubes now get a name. This one is called esophagus, and this tube is called now trachea. Esophagus and trachea. So trachea is important for the respiratory system. Esophagus is important for the digestive system. So complete the picture, then we're going to learn a very important thing. Why food is not going to the trachea. For example, food is going to the esophagus. It is not going to the trachea. So we're going to learn how this is happening. Okay, now I'm going to show you when we eat, the food is coming from the oral cavity and then it is entering into the pharynx and the food is now going to the esophagus. In case if the food enter into the trachea, then it completely block the oxygen taken to the lungs. Few minutes, person can die. It's very dangerous situation if the food is going to the trachea. Now, why food is not going to the trachea? There is a structure which is responsible to prevent entering food to the trachea. So I can show you here the red color one. So there is a small lid, I could call it a lid here. So the lid is going to close when we are eating. Now you see this is closed. Now the food can pass through the esophagus. When we are not eating, this lid is open. So again, there is a lid. This lid is going to close when we are eating food. When food is passing, this lid is closed. Right. Now we are going to give a name for this lid. Does anyone know what is the name of this lid? It is called epiglottis. Epiglottis. It is called epiglottis. Epiglottis. Right. I think this question you can answer. What's the name given if something stuck in the respiratory system, the gas exchange system, in case if something...
Choking.
Choking, yes, we call it choking. So there is a chance any object, they can accidentally going to the trachea and it can block. This is a very dangerous situation. It is called choking. Now, choking can also happen when we are eating. Because if you are very fast to eat something, or you are in hurry to eat, just take food quickly, or you are talking with people and then you start to eat, or you are laughing and eating the food, then there is a chance then this epiglottis cannot close. If the epiglottis cannot close, then food can go into the trachea. This is called choking. And this is very common among students, because students, when they eat, they try to eat big pieces and they try to talk with the friends and they try to laugh and they try to run, they try to move. So this is very common among students, the choking. Now, if there's a choking, you should know what to do. If it is happened to your friends, if it is happened to a family member, if it happened among some other person, at least you should know what to do immediately.
It's not the help. Sir,
Yes.
you had to help them bend down and clear the airways. I think
Yes, there are many ways to do it, but I will show you the right way. Usually,
this
what we
helmic
do,
maneuver, I think, does that actually work?
yeah, usually what we do, we just hit to the back side behind the neck, a little bit behind, below the neck from the back side. We're going to hit faster. So this is maybe okay, but it doesn't work always. Right now, I hope you copy this one. I will show you a real situation of choking. The true story of choking, and we will see what we have to do. Okay, I hope you can see this screen now. Do you see the screen with the video?
Yes, sir.
Now you see there are students, and this table there are students, and this table also there are male students. So now I'm going to play the video. Now you observe this student. This student. No, actually this one, right? This student.
Sir, what is he doing?
Again, they are eating and talking. And look, this student. Now he stand up and he's moving. Now he's a little bit of struggling. And he has a little bit of difficulty now. And his friend recognizes he's choking. And he's doing this kind of a strong hit to the backside until the food is going out. See? So that's the correct method. This is the correct method. You have to hold him from the behind, and then you have to push him towards you very strongly until the food is going out of the mouth. So look. Now he's okay, recovered. So now he's recovered. So this he saved his life. Otherwise, if no one noticed, then few minutes he could die because the food stuck in his trachea, and then he can't breathe. So he can't talk. So the danger is he can't talk even. He can't say something happened. I have a choking or something. He can't tell. So this is the choking. Now I will show you also how this epiglottis is really working in this situation. New share. Right now, this is the thing we learned today. This one is a nasal cavity, and this one is an oral cavity. So nasal passage and oral passage, and this is the pharynx. And this one is the epiglottis. You can see a small lid-like structure here, epiglottis. Now you see how it works.
Sir, is the yellow color part the voice?
The yellow color is a food. This one is a food. This one is a food particle. Now you see how it works. It closed. Then it's going to the esophagus, then stomach. So watch it again. The food is now passing from mouth, and epiglottis is closed. Now it's going to the esophagus. and then to the stomach. Right now, we learn the nasal cavity, oral cavity, the pharynx, larynx is a voice box, trachea and esophagus and epiglottis. So epiglottis prevent food entering to the trachea. I think we should write it, otherwise you will forget one day. Epiglottis prevent food entering to trachea. So, done. So you can also write epiglottis prevents food entering to trachea. Okay, now we continue. Okay, you had to join again for the meeting. This ends in 40 minutes, and next 40 minutes you have to join again to start the lesson, right? So we talk about the everything from nose, mouth, and the neck region. The important structures of the nose, mouth, and neck region. Next, we are going to the main respiratory gas exchange system, lungs. So we can talk about lungs after you all join